Part 1. A Home Full of Love. My name is Jack. I live with my grandfather and my little sister Emily. We have a small house in the city. It is not big or modern, but it is warm, it is quiet. And it is full of love. Grandfather takes care of us. He cooks for us. He cleans the house. He tells us stories. Every morning, he wakes us up with a soft voice. "Good morning, sleepyheads," he says with a smile. His voice makes us feel safe. He makes breakfast, sometimes toast and eggs, sometimes porridge. He always adds something sweet, like jam or honey. Emily and I sit at the table. We eat together. Grandfather always says, "Eat well, grow strong." His words are simple, but they feel like magic. After breakfast, Emily and I walk to school. On the way, we look at the sky. We play a game. We look at the clouds and guess the shapes. "That one looks like a rabbit," Emily says. "No, it's a dragon," I laugh. We enjoy the walk. The wind is soft. The world feels bright. Every weekend, Grandfather takes us to a small library near our home. He loves books. He says, "Books are doors. They take you to new places." Emily likes animal books. I like books about planes. Sometimes we borrow 3 or 4 books. We carry them home in a cloth bag. Grandfather reads with us before bed. At night, we sit together in the living room. We talk. We laugh. Sometimes we play simple games, like memory cards or building blocks. We never use phones or TVs during this time. Grandfather says, "This time is just for us." We have a special thing called the wish box. It is a small wooden box. Every week we write down one wish. We fold the paper and put it inside the box. At the end of the month, we open the box together. We read the wishes out loud. Some are funny. Some are serious, but all of them are full of hope. It is our favorite tradition. At bedtime, Grandfather tells us a story. He never reads from a book. He makes the stories from his heart. They are about brave animals, kind people, and faraway lands. Emily listens with wide eyes. I feel calm. The room is dark, but his words are like a light. When I lie in bed, I feel happy. I feel lucky. Our house is not big. We do not have many things, but we have each other. We have love. We have peace. I remember the soft blankets, the smell of tea, the sound of Grandfather humming in the kitchen. I remember the way Emily hugs me before sleep. These moments are small, but they are the most special. I did not know then that life can change fast. I did not know that quiet mornings and warm dinners can disappear. But at that time, I was just a boy. I lived in the moment. I smiled without fear. I dreamed without worry. Our home was simple, but it was full of joy. And that made it perfect. Part 2. The day it all changed. One morning, everything felt strange. The house was too quiet. There was no smell of breakfast. There was no sound of Grandfather's voice. I sat up in bed. Something was wrong. I walked to the kitchen. The stove was off. The table was empty. Grandfather was not there. My heart began to beat fast. I felt cold inside. I walked to his room. The door was open. He was lying in bed. His eyes were closed. His hands were still. "Grandfather?" I said. My voice was soft. He opened his eyes slowly. He looked at me and smiled a little. "I'm okay," he said, but I could see that he was not okay. His face was pale. He looked weak. His voice was very quiet. I felt scared. Emily came into the room. She saw Grandfather in bed. Her eyes were big. She didn't speak. She just held my hand. "What's wrong?" she asked. I didn't know how to answer. I didn't want to scare her, but I was scared too. I ran to our neighbor's house. I knocked on the door. "Please help," I said. "Something is wrong with my grandfather." The neighbor came quickly. She saw Grandfather and called for an ambulance. The ambulance came fast. The men lifted Grandfather onto a stretcher. They took him to the hospital. Emily and I followed in a taxi. The hospital was big and full of people. The lights were bright, the floor was shiny, the chairs were hard. We sat in the waiting room. We waited a long time. Nobody spoke. Emily held my hand. She looked down at the floor. I looked at the clock. It ticked slowly. Every minute felt like 1 hour. A nurse came and said, "Please wait here." Then she left. Time moved slowly. People came and went. Some looked tired. Some looked worried. I felt very small. Finally, a doctor came to us. He had a kind face. He sat down beside us. "Your grandfather is very sick," he said. "He's very tired. He needs to stay here and rest. Can we see him?" I asked. "Yes," the doctor said, "but only for a short time." We followed him down a long hallway. The air smelled like medicine. The floor was cold. We entered a small room. Grandfather was in bed. A tube was in his arm. He looked tired, but he opened his eyes and smiled. "My little ones," he said. Emily ran to him and hugged him. I sat on the chair next to the bed. "You scared us," I said. "I'm sorry," he said. His voice was weak. "I'm just very tired." He looked at us with love in his eyes. "You must be brave. Take care of each other." I wanted to cry, but I didn't. I wanted to be strong. A nurse came in. "He needs rest," she said gently. We stood up. Emily hugged grandfather again. I held his hand. Then we left the room. The taxi ride home was very quiet. The sky was gray. The streets looked empty. Emily held my hand tightly. "What will we do now?" she asked. I didn't know. I didn't answer. I just held her hand tighter. That night, the house felt different. It was quiet, but not the good kind of quiet. It felt lonely. Emily and I sat at the table. There was no dinner. There was no story. There was no laugh. We missed grandfather. We missed his voice. We missed his smile. "Will he come back?" Emily asked. I looked at her. "I hope so," I said, but I wasn't sure. We decided to do something special. Every night, we would write a letter to grandfather. In the letter, we told him about our day. We told him what we ate. We told him that we loved him. Then we gave the letters to the nurse at the hospital. It made us feel close to him, even when he was far away. Life had changed. But we still had each other, and we still had hope. Part 3. Growing up with courage. The days felt long without grandfather. The house was quiet. There was no warm food. There were no bedtime stories, but Emily and I tried our best. I cooked breakfast in the morning. Sometimes I burned the eggs. Sometimes the toast was too hard. Emily still ate it with a small smile. "It's better than yesterday," she said. Her words gave me hope. After breakfast, we walked to school. The streets were the same. The people were the same, but I felt different. I was not just a boy anymore. I had to take care of Emily. I had to be strong for her. At school, it was hard to focus. I thought about grandfather. I wondered if he was okay. I missed his voice and his smile. One day after school, I made a decision. I would find a job. I wanted to help. I wanted to buy food. I wanted to make life better for us. I told Emily my plan. She looked worried. "But you're only 12, she said. "Who will give you a job?" "I don't know," I said, "but I have to try." I walked through the city. I looked at many places. I saw a bakery, a shoe shop, a small market. I asked if they needed help. Most people said no. Some said I was too young. I felt sad, but I didn't stop. I had to keep going. Then I saw a small bookstore. It was quiet and warm inside. The woman behind the counter looked busy. I took a deep breath and walked in. "Excuse me," I said. "Do you need help?" She looked at me for a moment. "How old are you?" she asked. 12, I said. She didn't smile, but she didn't say no. "I can't pay much," she said, "but you can help with cleaning and arranging books. You can also read stories to the little children on Saturday afternoons." "I will do it," I said quickly. My heart felt light. The next day I started work. I swept the floors. I wiped the windows. I put books back on shelves. On Saturday, I read stories to small children. I felt happy when they laughed or listened with wide eyes. It made me proud. When I got home, Emily was waiting. How was it? She asked. I showed her the few coins I earned. We can buy bread and milk, I said. She hugged me and smiled. We went to the market. We bought simple food. Bread, milk, some fruit and cheese. It felt good to buy something with my own money. That night, I made dinner. Emily ate everything on her plate. It's getting better, she said. I laughed. I'm learning, I replied. Each day, I went to school and then to the bookstore. I worked hard. The woman at the store noticed. You are responsible, she said. I'll give you more work. I was happy. I wanted to do more. I wanted to earn more. I wanted to take care of my family. Emily also helped more at home. She folded clothes. She cleaned her room. She even tried cooking rice. We were learning together. We were growing up together. Then one evening the phone rang. It was the hospital. The nurse had good news. Your grandfather is getting better, she said. He can come home soon. Emily and I shouted with joy. We cleaned the house. We made soup. We waited at the door like it was a holiday. When grandfather came home, he walked slowly. But his smile was bright. He sat down and we gave him the letters we had written. He read them one by one. His eyes filled with tears. You two have grown up, he said. I am proud of you. We hugged him tightly. That night, we sat around the dinner table again. We opened our wish box. One of the wishes said, Please come home, grandfather. And now he was home. Our life had changed. But we were stronger. We had learned how to care, how to work, how to love even more. It was not easy. But we had done it together. And from that day on, I knew something true. Courage grows when love is strong, and love is never gone, even when life is hard. Jack's life changed in a big way. At first, he was just a boy who lived happily with his grandfather and little sister, Emily. Their days were simple, full of love, stories, and smiles. Grandfather took care of everything. He made food, told stories, and made the house feel like home. But one day, grandfather became very sick. Jack and Emily were scared. They felt alone. The house felt empty. There were no warm meals, no soft stories at bedtime. They missed him very much. Still, Jack did not give up. He stayed strong for Emily. He started doing things on his own. He made breakfast, cleaned the house, and helped Emily get ready for school. Then, he made a big decision. He looked for a job. Even though he was young, he wanted to help. After trying many places, he found work in a bookstore. He cleaned floors, arranged books, and even read stories to children. He worked hard every day. He earned a little money. He bought food. He gave Emily hope. Together, they learned to live without fear. Then the day came when grandfather came home. He saw how much Jack and Emily had grown. He was proud. They hugged, cried, and smiled. It was not the same life as before, but it was a new life, a better one. A life built with courage, care, and love. Life lesson. This story teaches us something important. Sometimes life brings problems. People we love may get sick. Things may change. We feel afraid. But when we choose love, when we take care of each other, we grow stronger. Like Jack, we can find courage inside us. We can become the person someone else needs. In your life today, if you feel lost or weak, remember this story. You are stronger than you think. Start small. Help someone. Be kind. Keep going. A new life can begin with one brave step. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel so we can continue bringing you more heartwarming and easy English stories. If you enjoyed this video, please consider donating to support our work. In the beginning, it's hard to keep making good content without your help. We do this for free to help you learn English better. Thank you for listening. See you in the next story.